We would like to focus on a topic Channel 8 always highlights: successful women. Kurdish women have played a significant role and contributed to many fields around the world. This time we have a Kurdish woman from Halabja, the city of martyrs, who is running for an American city council. Narin Periyar, a candidate for Bellevue City Council in Washington, is with us today. Ms. Periyar, thank you for being with us, and it's a pleasure to have you as a guest on Channel 8. To start, could you introduce yourself to our audience so they can get to know you better?
Yeah, absolutely. I just want to clarify, I'm running for city council in Bellevue, Washington, not Washington, D.C. It's a different Washington. But thank you for having me on the show. I'm very excited to be talking to you. And as a Kurdish woman, it's a great question because I believe that Kurdish women have been known for tearing down injustice and fascism. And more importantly, they're known for rebuilding a brand new governing that is built on inclusion and justice. And I'm running for Bellevue because I want to see a Bellevue that is affordable for all of its employees, including our teachers, firefighters, our nurses, and anyone that dreams of living here. I'm also very proud to say I'm a proponent of the local businesses here. I've had the honor of gaining endorsements from all of the Latin American markets, Eastern European grocery stores, to the coffee shops, because these are the everyday people who shape our community. And I've also had the honor of gaining the endorsements of various elected officials, representatives, state senators, and so on.
You are from Halabja, as I mentioned earlier. Could you tell us a little about your childhood? Were you born in Washington?
Yeah, so my mother's from Slemani, and my father is from Halabja. And so I think that my Kurdish background has impacted my perspective a little bit as a political candidate because I know firsthand the profound impact governments can have on their people, both devastating and transformative. My father's family survived the chemical weapons attack on Halabja, where, of course, 1,000 civilians lost their lives. And on my mother's side of the family, I've seen the work of the former Human Rights Minister, Bakhtiyar Amin, who dedicated his life to supporting the Kurdish people. And this taught me an internal truth that leadership carries an immense moral responsibility to protect and uplift all people. And today I'm running for Bellevue City Council, not as just a simple candidate, but as someone whose family history has instilled a deep understanding of what happens when voices are silenced and human dignity is denied.
You're running for Bellevue City Council. Can you share how your campaign is going and how you got to this point in your election?
Yeah, so I'm running for this position because I've had the pleasure of living in Bellevue, Washington for almost half a decade. It's an incredible place to be. It's a city and a park. I came here for work. I was working for Facebook at the time. And I understood that this city is where a lot of innovation is situated, excuse me. And it is one of the most diverse cities I've ever lived in. And more than half of the population was born outside of the US because of the talent that the tech companies attract. And I've worked and I've supported a lot of the community here through volunteer efforts and local efforts. And it became obvious that I think anyone can make a difference if they're really willing to. And I've been so grateful to have the support of all of the local elected officials here as well, who are willing to support and throw their name in the hat in support of me.
Ms. Periyar, are there many Kurds living in your area?
There are some. I think there's maybe 1,000, not too much.
Did the Kurdish community in your area support your bid for the position you are aiming for?
Some of the most donations I've gotten from around the entire United States are all from Kurdish communities. They've absolutely been incredibly supportive, helpful, and have been calling me every day to check in and see if there's anything else I need. The start of this campaign, I really owe off to the Kurdish community for being incredibly supportive.
As a Kurdish woman, what does this position or task mean to you personally?
As a Kurdish woman, what is the responsibility of my job? I think, generally speaking, it's to call out the injustices of our society and then, more importantly, bridge that with building things back up in a more inclusive way, just like the women in Rojava have done. But specifically in the position of city council, I think my perspective offers something refreshing, especially for a lot of women that are fleeing different parts of the world right now and potentially landing in our own city.
In your role, do you think you can serve women, especially Kurdish women, and how do you plan to support them?
Yes, I definitely think, one, it's exciting to have a Kurdish woman in position if elected. I mean, it offers I hope it offers a bunch of hope and inspiration for a lot of other Kurdish women around the world to take positions and to take action in their local communities as well. I've been working with a lot of young girls in this community, mentoring and ensuring that they get into proper colleges and helping them with college applications and tutoring on school subjects. But for this position, it's very localized, so it's just focused on the city of Bellevue. And if in the future I am able to get into higher positions, then I imagine that the work will be scaled naturally.
With Donald Trump taking office, do you believe being affiliated with either the Democratic or Republican Party is essential for winning, or can success be achieved without party alignment in your case?
So this position is a nonpartisan position, meaning you don't pick Democrats or Republicans. However, I am honored to share that I've had a lot of support and endorsements from Democratic representatives. I've also had a lot of support from conservative Republican-leaning constituents as well. Unfortunately, I can't comment on which party I am because it is a nonpartisan position.
How has been Kurdish influence in your decision to run for this position?
I think they're excited. So, for instance, I'm honored to have the endorsement of Patty Cooter, a former state senator and Washington State Insurance Commissioner, along with Lisa Wellman, a state senator, Jessica Forsyth, Osman Saladoun. All of these people have faithfully put their name behind my campaign because I've met with them. They've seen the work that I've done in the community, and they trust that I'm able to faithfully carry out the duties of this responsibility.
When will the election be held, and how can people support your run for city council?
Yes, the elections will be November 5th, I believe, the first week of November, so in approximately 10 months.
We wish you all the best in your campaign to become the mayor of Bellevue. Thank you so much, Ms. Narin Periyar, Bellevue City Council candidate, for joining us from Washington.
Thank you for having me.